I'm back at Tinsley Park Shooting Club. Another early morning start. Just gone on past 6 in the morning. I bought my one of the traditional Brococks down today. This is the Brocock Concept. And I believe these are different barrels to what you get on the latest Brococks. I think these were designed by Vira. It tends to shoot different pellets better than what the Lothar Wolfer barrels do for some reason. And one of those that it seems to shoot okay with is the Quanyon Sports Chinese pellets. So I've got the Quanyon Sports, followed by the Kaisers, followed by the JSB Heavies, and I've got two of the hollow points, which is the Barracuda Hunter and the Crossman Premier hollow point. So I've got 5 pellets on test. I'm going to start at 30 yards with each pellet and we'll see what it's grouping like. So we'll get on with the test. Okay, we're going to start with the test. First pellet up with the Quanyon Sports, 30 yards. Centre target. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, 6-shot magazines in this, so I'll go with 6-shot groups. I think one through to the right, but I think most of them was grouping alright there. So I'll go up the range, bring the target back and then put the next pellet. Yeah, we've got 5 within a 5p piece there. That was the Quanyon Sports. Next one up will be the Kaisers. Go. Kaisers weigh 8.64 grains. Not, yeah, 8.64 grains. That's it. Yeah. Okay, next one after that will be the JSB Exact Heavies at 10.34 grains. And I'd expect these to do well because this kind of pellets seems to do well through this barrel. I've never shot one through it before. I've shot the Day State Heavies through it, way similar. Having said that, they do look very much the same shape as well. Oh, I did mean to bring down was the Bisley magnets, but I've not got them. I'll bring the target back, put a new one on. Okay, that's again, it's all in around a 5p a piece. They seem to be grouping in pairs. Strange that. Okay. For the GSBs, 10.34 grains. Now these are dropping a bit, but they are an heavier pellet by a couple of grain. Oh. These aren't doing very well through the barrel, which is surprising. Alright. I'll bring that target down, put a new one up. I am really surprised at that. Now I've got another 177 rifle I can try these through, and that will be the Falcon Prairie. I'll have to do the same test with that with the same pellets to see what results I get from that. Yeah, terrible group for a GSB really. Looks like I've got 3 there, which is good, but then you've got these 2 on the outside. We've got 4 going on, less than a 5p a piece, but I don't know what happened there. Right. I mean, you would expect the heavy weight to keep them stable as well, but obviously don't like it. Right, next up is the H&N Barracuda Hunters, which are hollow points. These are 10.49 grains. Which are heavier than the last lot. Dropped off. I'll discount that one because it just dropped off. I saw that. doing as well through this as they do through a Walther barrel. Seem to be doing okay on them. Right, next one up will be the Crossman Premier points. See how they do. Not tight, but it's still all within half an inch. But not good enough. Okay then, next up, Crossman Premier hollow points. I think these are 7.9 grains, I'm not sure. I'll post it anyway when I put the video up. That went left. I noticed the wind's blowing left now. Dropped a bit. Oh, that's it. Right, I'll retrieve the target and see what we've got. Doesn't look that brilliant, to be honest. The wind's starting to pick up. Yeah, I've got 3 just there within about 5mm of each other. You've got 2 going off there, 1 there. Overall 3/4 of an inch. Just over 5p piece among that group there, but they don't do so well through this barrel as they've been doing through Walther barrels. Okay then, just to get a bit more, I bought a couple more tins from the club. Different pellets, that is. First one is the Day State Rangemaster Sovereigns at 8.44 grains. Then I've got the, I didn't realise I've got any left, but it was the last tin. Rangemaster Sovereign Heavies at 10.3 grains. Now these are what I thought the GSBs would be like, so although they do look the same, it will prove whether they are the same or not, if it groups better or not. Right, so this one is the normal Rangemaster Sovereigns at 8.44 grains, 30 yards again. Okay. Alright, I'll retrieve the target and then we'll put the last pellet as a test. Okay. They group quite well actually, apart from that one there, seem to go to the right. 3 and 2, all within a 5p again. That was the Rangemaster Sovereigns at 844 grains. Okay, the last one up is the Rangemaster Sovereign at 10.3. Okay, they've grouped well. Now we've got a problem here with the wind. It's blowing and it's slowing down, so that's what I'm putting down to the 2 little groups there. When it's blowing, it's going to the left, and when it stops blowing, it's hitting straight down the middle, which you can see on the vertical line. So the 2 little groups there are down to wind. But having said that, these are grouping the best, and it's what I did expect. So it shows that even though these pellets look identical, there must be minute differences within the dies to make this one shoot better. Well, it's the head size, I don't know, or the skirt. Don't really say actually. Well, these are 4.52s on that, but it don't say what these are. Interesting though. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to push the range out, but I'm going to use the best pellet and we'll see how far out we can get. I mean, ideally it's out to 50 yards, so we've got to hope that the wind doesn't affect it too much. And obviously the last shots we did, you could see the drop in it, and that's down to the weight, and that's about a mil drop off there compared to the weight of pellets. So I'll make adjustments for that if I can, and we'll take it out to 40 yards. Yeah, that's really good. 4 shots just there and 2 there. Like I say, wind was blowing to the left, so that was the aim point, and the wind died off and it went right where it should. So if it hadn't been windy, they'd have all hit the same mark. That's less than 1/4 of an inch there, which I did expect a good group like that, 30 with that. But the wind is picking up, so I better get on with it. Okay then, this is the Rangemaster Sovereign at 10.3 grains, firing at 40 yards. Okay, they grew well. That's 40 yards. I'll stick it out to 50 yards now. Yeah, really good group that. It's all within 5p again. Okay then, really good group at 40, so I'm pushing right out to 50 now. See if I can still hold that same group. Is that it? Yeah. Right, 50 yards. Can't really see it, I think it's in the black. We'll see what it's grouping like. Can I push it out further? Should I push it out further? I might go out to 55 yards now. So if it will do well at 55 yards, why shouldn't it do well if you entered it for an HFT competition? No reason why not. It's probably going to go about 60 shots from my fill from this, 50 to 60, which should be quite consistent. I tuned it myself and put an Altaros regulator in it. Not quite sure. So I'm not into those sort of competitions. I'm not sure how many shots you need to get complete around, but I mean it's all right out to 50 anyway. So I'll stick it out to 55, and then we'll take it from there then. Okay, they're all in the black. That's 3 and 3. Now I pushed it out to 55 yards. Wind is blowing to the left. You can see that extra 5 yards is about a quarter of a mil drop. Well, that's dropped right off. That has as well. I think that's it. I think that's pushing it a bit too far. Up to 50 yards it can perform. Okay then, that's the testing for the pellets. What I'll do when I get home, I'll chronograph each pellet set and we'll get to see what kind of result we get for each pellet, as I did before. I won't go through the whole process, I'll just do the test and bring the results up on screen. So I hope that's been interesting. As I say, it's not performed too bad for an older Brocock. This is one of the original Brocock before Daystate took it on. I mean, as you probably saw in the last video I did, we got a test rifle down and it didn't do very good at all. Now, I don't know if that was down to the barrel or if it was down to the valving or regulator on it, because it just didn't perform how it should have done. And we don't know if we're being tested to see if we can pick up a duff rifle or not, but it just wasn't shooting for us. And there's quite a lot of us shot through it and it just didn't give the results as expected. When we get one that shoots how it should, like a production model, I'll do another review and you'll see how well they do shoot. But as far as the new Brococks go, they should be shooting a lot better than the older versions because they've got a lot more going for them. They've got the Harper slingshot hammer system for one, and then they're being selected for humour regulators, which are specifically made for each rifle by humour. So they should be shooting spot on, better than what this can. So this proves there was a problem with the rifle we had the other day. So there we go. That's the Brocock Concept original in 177. I say original, I have put an Altaros regulator in this one, and I've fine-tuned it myself. I've tuned it up with the heavier pellets so that any of the other pellets which are less consistent, you won't go over the limit. But yeah. Okay, 55 yards then. Got 6 shots there. 3 shots within an half an inch, then they're starting to drop off. I don't know what's gone off with those, whether it's a duff pellet, which more than likely is. So I mean, based on those 3 there, it is capable of half-inch groups at 55 yards. The other two could have been bad fitting pellets. See, I've dropped a long way off. Did keep the same point of aim, was right at the 10 o'clock, at the number 10 position, but yeah, not a bad result, I suppose. I'll have to do some more shooting at that distance, see if we can improve it, and then eventually. What I might do next though is also test out the Falcon Prairie with the same pellets, like I said before, and see how that one can achieve at these sort of distances. The wind is picked up now. If we look back at this sort of range at 55 yards, it's definitely going to affect everything. And throughout it's been blowing like that for 1 minute, and obviously it's blowing to the left now. When I was shooting, it's blowing to the right, which it's doing now. So we're contending with winds in different directions at this range. It's a thing that tends to happen. You can see on the just pan out, so you can see 55 yards. But if you look at the berms we've got, the berms are probably about 12 foot high all around us. And what tends to happen, the wind blows over the top of the banks, and it tends to vortex, so it's going in all directions. So it's always a challenging shoot down here. Be great if we had an indoor range, but this is what we've got. And I think that's why Daystate wanted to collaborate with us, because we're an outdoor club and they wanted to see what the rifles would be doing with the average shooters in normal conditions, really. And anybody can test a rifle from a vice rest at 20 yards and get good results, but it's not just the rifle, it's the people shooting the rifle and the challenging conditions we get. So yeah, there we go, Tinsley Park Shooting Club, and with the Accuracy Research Team UK for Daystate and Brocock. The other one is Air Guns of Arizona. They've got a team like us, and then they compare the results, unbiased opinions as well. If we don't shoot right, we'll tell you. Okay, I'm just showing you this little group here. I actually shot it off camera. This is at 30 yards. But this is using the Bisley Superfield that Rob Taylor gave me the other day. Apart from those two, that's all within about 4mm there. Well inside of 5p. So Bisley Superfields at 30 yards also seem to be shooting well. So that's my final thoughts.